Hello, everybody. I'm Stephanie Lee, and welcome to my channel, Wounded Women LLC, where we turn a warrior into a warrior. Thank you again. If you like what I'm doing or have any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me privately from my email that will be in the description box below. And like and subscribe to my channel. All right, today, well, first and foremost, I'm always going to talk about things that affect women, my wounded women, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. So those will always be what my topics are relating to. Sometimes it might be a combination of all, sometimes it might just be one or two of those things. Today, I am focusing on, I guess, the mental aspect, which can actually affect your physical and spiritual. So maybe it's a combination of all of them. Our topic today is going to be self-love and the importance of it. So, self-love is something that a lot of people talk about, but they don't necessarily tell you why it's so important. Loving yourself is like your foundation. Okay, so if you don't love yourself, then how can you expect other people to come into your lives and love you the way that you say that you want to be loved, but you really don't necessarily understand what it truly is? Because if you did, you would apply that same love to yourself. Okay, so anybody that comes into your life and you're not totally loving yourself, and I'm not saying there's not things about you that you don't want to change, that's not the same thing, it's different. But just loving yourself with all of your flaws, is the equivalent of saying, I'm ready for you and I expect you to love me and embrace me regardless of all of my flaws. So to invite somebody into a space that's not totally incomplete is going to possibly bring that person, which is that foundation, to crumbles because it's too shaky. It's not steady. It's not steady. It's not steady. So whoever you attract, if you're not totally loving yourself, they're going to show you exactly who you are because we mirror each other. So that relationship could be whether it's your parents, friends, relatives, co-workers, and yes, your significant other. So if you don't like it, you haven't embraced it, don't get mad when nobody else does or when somebody else doesn't like it. It's your job to accept it, to embrace it, to figure out how it's worked for you, and then also to change it if it's something that you're really not proud of and really uncomfortable with. Because I guarantee when you get into that relationship or you get into that conversation with a relative or a coworker or your parents or something, they're going to bring up that thing in you that you don't love. So if you're mean spirited, that's something, if you haven't embraced it, somebody's going to throw it in your face and it's going to hurt you. It's going to bother you that somebody called you mean spirited when that's something that you really don't want to be. But if you learn to love it and embrace it, when somebody brings it up, it's not going to faze you. You're just going to be like, oh, yeah, I am. You know? So don't expect me to love what you can't love in yourself, is the bottom line. Okay? And again, that's what you're going to continue to attract into your life until you understand it. Because it's really going to keep happening regardless if you understand it or not. But it's best that you get an understanding of that so that you can be able to or begin to change the dynamics of everything that shows up in your life. So today, I want you to really get into this self-love thing. I want you ladies, my wounded ladies out there, as so many of us are, I want you to get a piece of paper. Again, we're in this time frame right now where it should be all about self-love, because the more I love me, the more I can truly love you. And that love is not going to be rocked if you call me the B word, because I've embraced it. So it kind of goes like that. So ladies, I want you to get your paper. I wanted you to get your little candles. I got to tell y'all about this candle too. That's some little ash in there. But this candle is the bomb. I'm going to actually leave the link in my subscription. I keep calling it subscription. Description. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it one day. I'm you know, kind of new doing these videos. But I'm going to the lady that makes it, her name is April. She's right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Her candles are like, oh, the bomb. I don't want to get sidetracked though. Okay, so back to this assignment. Get your candle, your floating candles, whatever, your scents. And I want you to really get into yourself today, tomorrow, the next couple of days. I want you to do this. I want you to write out all of the things about you that you love. What are the things about you that you love? And I want you to write down the good and the bad. Okay? And if you don't love it, but it is a part of who you are, I want you to write that down too. Tell you why. Because I want you to learn to embrace that part of you. Because that's the only way somebody else will embrace it. So if you are the B word, I want you to write down all of the ways that B word, I don't curse that much, y'all. All of the ways that being that B has helped you. If you're selfish, I want you to write down how that selfishness has helped you. Because that's when you start to love it. That's when you start to love who you are. And that's when you have the opportunity to say yay or nay as to if I want to keep this, if I want to make this a part of me, or if I wanted to continue to be a permanent part of me. You got to do some work. You know, you can't just say, hey, I'm ready for love. I'm ready to be loved. I'm ready to be embraced. And then when that person comes in your life and he calls you the B word or he calls you selfish, you crumble because that foundation was never set. The foundation within yourself. Screw the foundation with you and that person in a relationship, because it darn so can't be stable if yours is not stable in itself. It just doesn't make sense. So ladies, do that homework, and I want you to get back with me. You know, either chime in on this channel, I don't know, channel, or just send me an email, shoot me an email, let me know how you're going, how things are going for you, what you're discovering, what you're figuring out, how you're learning to love and embrace yourself and your flaws, or what's perceived as your flaws. But if they're working for you and you want to keep them, by all means, keep them. Just embrace it. So the person that comes into your life won't try to force you to change what you want to keep. That was good. Ooh. So yeah, ladies, so get back with me. And before I get off, my last video was talking about these two products that I have discovered, Balage and Cornute. Those two products have just done something for me that I can't even really explain. I don't know what I had or what was going on, but all I know is that these things have worked for me significantly, and I'm going to include the links so you can try these if you want to in the description. I keep saying subscription. In the description box. Just try them, get back with me. Watch my other video because I go a little more in detail about these two products. And, you know, let me know. You know, let me know if you're going to try them. Let me know if you want more information on them. Yeah. And I thank you again. Like and share this information, because this is going to help somebody. This is going to teach people how to truly self-love, instead of people just throwing out that you got to love yourself. You got to love yourself. But nobody's explaining to you how to do it. Here's an explanation. Simple. You know, get into you. Stop trying to get into everybody else or have everybody else get into you. Get into you yourself. All right? Much love. Check out my next video whenever it comes. Bye.